What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Ravens Today Show. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. We're going to dive into the owners' meeting and have some key takeaways from that. All right, we're going to go into just four because there are going to be way more that we don't see and way more that are more impactful to the game of football and the NFL. Okay, let's just go with the first one. Triple header Christmas Day. As a fan, I don't like watching football on Christmas Day, okay? I don't. I'd rather wait till the day after or even the day before, okay? I like to, as a kid, I like to just open presents Christmas Day, open and like not have to worry about football, As an adult, I still like doing that. I just don't really have the mental capacity to watch a football game on Christmas Day. But that's just me. I mean, I love watching football on Christmas Day with the Ravens. Speaking of, they had also requested not to play an away game on that day if they were to be headlining. Okay, perfect move. For the last couple of years they've been away. I think that the Ravens absolutely deserve a home game on Christmas Day if the NFL does give them a home game on December 25th. All right. Second takeaway that I thought was one of the more important ones is that the NFL is moving forward with how the kickoff is going to take place. They're going to keep it the way they did it last season, but they're going to move the touchback line from the 30 to the 35. What do we do? What is the point in having a kickoff anymore? It's like college football still does it. The freaking USFL does it. I think I'm not really sure how the XFL does it. I don't watch. Well, the XFL is now the USFL, I guess. But it's like it's just taking away the excitement of a run back from the end zone to end zone. It's rare when it happens, but this is just reducing it. I get it. You don't want any injuries, but it's not the brightest move in my opinion. And moving the touchback line to the 35, they're giving the teams like more of a chance to score. I get it. You want higher scoring games. You want games where it's a shootout. You want games that are exciting, and I guess there's a way to do that from the 35-yard line. I don't know, but I don't know how that's going to like be great TV to watch. It's just it's dumb. It's just one of those things where a kicker is becoming less and less of a position in the NFL, and as a kicker sympathizer, I want a kicker to be able to show their strengths during kickoff too, and it's taking away any ability for a run back from 109 yards, from the one to all the way to the other side of the end zone. It's just that we love seeing that, and this is taking it away. Not a huge fan of it. I mean, Ravens have always had great kickers in the past. At this point, it's just going to be Justin Tucker just booming it all the way up to the other end of the field, and we're just never going to see a run back anymore. Just how it is. A terrible decision. Third thing to go into, they're shelving the tush push argument. Personally, like people, at least teams, are trying to get it banned. Who cares? Just do your own tush push. It's not, all you have to do is line up two linemen or like a fullback and a tight end on behind the quarterback and just push for the first down or for the touchdown. Any team is allowed to do it. I personally don't like it because it's a cheat code when you're at the 1 yard line. But at the same time, it's like if my team is at the 1 yard line and Derrick Henry's under center and he's just being pushed, I'm like, cool. I don't want to banned. It's like there's a positive and a negative with it. Okay, it's who cares? Like the whole shtick with how teams are just hating on it is just mind-boggling. If you don't like it, you use it. That's simple. You don't need to worry about other teams using it when you can just put it into your playbook. It's that easy and simple. Last takeaway, and one of the more important ones, if I may add, overtime rules are going into the regular season. I think this is a great move, great move for a team that has been used to not having an offense on the field during an overtime game. Now that these new rules are being in place, with each team having a chance to score a touchdown, regardless of who scores first, I think this is great. One rule that I absolutely approve of, and one that I think the Ravens are absolutely will approve of, and I'm so looking forward to this being implemented in the NFL. I think this is a great move, and moving forward, I think this will be a permanent rule in the NFL playbook. Okay. Also, we had the combine recently. Ravens were looking at key depth positions. Linebacker, they were looking at some players from UCLA for linebacking positions. Georgia offensive lineman. I think this is a great move for the Ravens. I think what they are doing is great. I told you guys this a few videos ago, that this is how they should draft players, build the trenches. Right now, with the Ravens having their just had their top 30 visits, this news is awesome, and it is promising. Okay, watching the Ravens learn from what they can improve with and what they need the most improvement with it's just, yes, let's do it. Okay, you're listening to what the fans are saying, you're listening to what media outlets are saying. That's great. And you're listening to what the players are saying. You need depth in the positions in terms of pass rush and offensive line. Okay, I don't see Daniel Falele, offensive guard for the Ravens, being a starter next season. Okay, at least after the first 5 or 6 games. This right here shows me that the Ravens are willing to get some pieces that they've been very, very strained with, and also trying to find young stars in positions they really need. Linebackers, defensive line, offensive line, whatever the case, give me this, okay? I can't wait to see what the Ravens pick in the draft. Their first pick should be a defensive lineman, but if not, this news reports about them having top 30 visits with offensive linemen, with linebackers, it's just promising to me that this is how they will use their draft capital, and how they are going to be the team to beat this season. Mark my words here. The Ravens are that team. Okay? They just have to get over a hump. Speaking of getting over a hump, there was news of Derrick Henry training in the offseason already. Getting over a hump, man. He was climbing a freaking hill in a video. The dude is ageless. Just sprinting up hills, really showing opposing teams that he's not stopping. He's not going to stop for the remainder of his time on the Ravens, and I hope he retires a Raven again, like I've said before. But just watching him already starting the training process just shows me how committed he is and how dedicated he is to this team and to himself. I just got to say to other teams, just watch out, man. You know how Derrick Henry is, and he keeps getting better even with age. The Ravens are going to have Derrick Henry for the rest of his career. It's inevitable at this point. He and Lamar Jackson are great together, and I don't see them ever being on opposing teams against each other ever again. It's just bound to happen. Lastly, speaking of Lamar, there were reports that he and NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. were in a legal dispute over a number. The number 8. That's all I have to say about that. Like, come on, it's a number. I get it. Like, Lamar is very sensitive about his brand and the way it looks, And I guess Dale Earnhardt Jr. Had a logo with the number 8 that almost looked like Lamar Jackson's era 8. Um, and they already settled it out. Dale said he'll just change how the number looks, but it was kind of like, is this really necessary? I mean, you've got other things you got to be focusing on. But I'm not. Again, I'm just critiquing the whole situation. I'm not just critiquing it on Lamar. Lamar's allowed to do whatever he wants. In terms of how his brand looks and how he portrays his brand and the way he wants to do it, to portray it. If that is getting into a lawsuit with a NASCAR legend over how his logo looks compared to how similar it looks to each other. Okay, then. I mean, they already settled it. It was pretty quick. It was just a day. But yeah, I mean, I just want Lamar to be focusing on other stuff, and he has said that before. He got into it with a lawsuit with Troy Aikman not too long ago about his logo and the way the number looks. And he was asked, like, what is the lawsuit? What does this mean for you? And he said, that's outside talk. I'm here to talk about football, and that's it. I think this is what he's gonna say when he's asked that question when he's interviewed again. That my life right now is about football training camp and how this offseason goes. I think this is a professional response. He's letting his team take care of it, and they did. So now let's just make sure that he is focusing on vacationing a little bit longer, and then let's dial in and get ready for a great offseason for the Ravens. If you disagree with anything I said, comment down below. My name is Connor Gioffreda. Thank you for tuning in to the Ravens Today show. I'll talk to you all later.